Hello, this is Dr. Grande. Today's question is, can I provide an update on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard lawsuit, specifically covering Day 2 and Day 3 of testimony? Just a reminder, I'm not diagnosing anybody in this video, only speculating about what could be happening in a situation like this. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, and consider supporting me on Patreon. I will put the link to Patreon in the description for this video. First, I'll quickly look at the background of this case. I'll move to a summary of the testimony, then offer my analysis. The actress Amber Heard wrote an op-ed, which was published in the Washington Post in December of 2018. Without naming Johnny Depp specifically, she implied that he mistreated her during their contentious relationship. Johnny Depp sued for defamation, and Amber Heard countersued. The trial began in April of 2022. In this update, I will be focusing on some of Johnny Depp's testimony from April 20 and all of his testimony from April 21. So this will cover his direct examination, talking about his relationship with Amber Heard from the point when they were married moving forward, and all the cross-examination that has occurred as of the end of April 21. Amber Heard's attorney was not done with cross-examination by the end of that day. Now moving to the summary of Johnny Depp's testimony, it's worth noting that I am paraphrasing much of this testimony and I rearranged the order of some of the items. Picking up with Day 2 of the testimony, Johnny Depp is under direct examination. He is being asked questions by his own attorney. At this point in the story, Johnny Depp just married Amber Heard. They traveled to Australia so that Johnny could shoot Pirates of the Caribbean 5. I guess this was also their honeymoon. Johnny talked about how there was no prenuptial agreement. They were considering a post-nuptial agreement instead. Amber became upset after speaking to Johnny Depp's attorney. She was irate and possessed, according to Johnny. She was banging on doors. Johnny was consuming vodka at a bar in the house. He said Amber threw a bottle of vodka at him, then threw a large bottle of vodka at him. This bottle hit his finger in a way that severed the tip. This was the middle finger of his right hand. Johnny took this opportunity to write messages in blood. When there was no longer enough blood coming out of the wound, he dipped his finger in paint to continue his artistic journey. He admitted that he lied to a physician about what caused his injury, saying that his finger was caught in an accordion door. He did not want to get Amber in trouble. He also claims Amber extinguished a cigarette in his face. The treatment of his damaged finger was painful and later involved an infection. He mentioned another incident where Amber allegedly struck him in the face and left a mark. The mark was captured in a photograph. Audio recordings were played featuring Johnny and Amber. Amber complained that Johnny ran away during fights. Johnny said that a boxer cannot go 12 rounds without a break. Amber admitted to throwing pots and pans. In another instance, she said, "I hit you. I did not punch you. You are a blank baby." Johnny discussed an incident in a bathroom. He ran away to escape Amber's rage. They were both pushing on the door, like Amber was trying to get into the bathroom and he was trying to prevent this occurrence. Amber yelped in pain, so Johnny looked down to make sure her toes were not stuck in the door. She kicked the door into his head. After this, he said, "What the blank was that?" Amber struck him in the jaw, providing a definitive, if not satisfactory, answer to his question. During yet another argument, Amber was throwing wild punches and scratching Johnny. He restrained her with a bear hug. Their heads made contact. She accused him of striking her with a headbutt. Johnny said that she left for a few minutes and came back with a tissue in her nose. Later, he retrieved that tissue. It had nail polish on it. Johnny talked about Amber's 30th birthday party in April of 2016. He was late to the party because his accountants were giving him bad news about his financial situation. He was facing the prospect of selling some of his luxurious properties. When he arrived at the party, Amber was cold to him, saying, "I can't believe you did this to me on my birthday." Johnny went to bed, but Amber wasn't done yet. She called him unreliable and horrible before attacking him. He grabbed her by the shoulders and ordered her to leave. He said, "Go ahead, hit me." She did. He said the same thing again, and she hit him again. After this, he left the residence. Later, he was shown a photograph of an object on his bed, which he identified as human fecal matter. Johnny decided it was time for a divorce. His mother, Betty Sue, died around this same time. Understandably, this was causing him a lot of stress. Johnny described an incident in his penthouse when he was trying to explain to Amber about the divorce. She brought up the issue of her special delivery, so to speak. She blamed it on the teacup Yorkies, 2 4-pound dogs. At one point during the discussion, when Johnny was 20 feet away from Amber, she yelled, "Stop hitting me, Johnny." When staff responded and entered the room, she said, "That was the last time you'll ever hit me." Later, she surprised him with a temporary restraining order. Johnny denies that he ever struck her. The media picked up the story, including People magazine. Johnny's reputation was destroyed. Calls stopped coming in from agents and producers. The divorce settled with Johnny paying Amber $7 million. They signed a joint statement saying that neither one of them made false allegations for money. Johnny said he was not given much choice about endorsing the statement. Due to all the bad publicity, including the op-ed written by Amber Heard in 2018, Johnny was fired from the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise by Disney. He said he lost nothing less than everything. Johnny said regardless of the outcome of this trial, he has to live with this for the rest of his life. This never had to happen, and he doesn't understand why it happened. This was the conclusion of Johnny Depp's testimony under direct examination. Not much happened under cross-examination on day 2. During the cross-examination on day 3, we see a litany of text messages, email messages, audio recordings, photographs, and even a video being presented by Amber's attorney. It was a disorganized cross-examination that featured no real effort to create any type of themes. I will organize the questioning into items based on the point I think that Amber Heard's attorney was trying to make. It's worth noting that certain evidence spoke to more than one category. For example, there could be a text message that made Johnny appear both deceptive and violent. Starting with item number 1. Johnny Depp disrespected Amber Heard, thought ill of her, and was intimidating. In various text messages and emails, we see certain items he wrote. For example, "I will smack the ugly blank around." "I never want to lay my eyes on that filthy blank again." And there was a message where he referred to her rotting corpse decomposing in the trunk of a Honda Civic. In an audio recording, Johnny said, "You are blank and I blank hate you." In a video recording by Amber, Johnny was seen banging cabinets in the kitchen and then pouring himself a large glass of wine. He appeared to be angry. Item number 2, Johnny Depp had a drug and alcohol problem. He sent text referencing the monster being locked up. Presumably the monster was drugs, at least in this instance. The text messages proved that Johnny knew drugs were illegal, and he used them frequently. At one point, he was told he had liver problems. Amber took a photograph of him unconscious on a couch. It looked like he had passed out, but he said he was sleeping. Item number 3, Johnny appeared to be jealous at times. For example, he thought that Amber was having a relationship with Billy Bob Thornton. Item number 4, Johnny appeared to admit to various offenses. For example, he apologized to Amber, saying he would do better in the future. He indicated he was angry, blank in the head, and he was not unhappy, rather insane. In a text to her father, he admitted going too far in a fight. In one audio recording, Amber is urging Johnny to put a knife down. It appears as though he may have been trying to harm himself in some way. In another audio recording about the headbutt incident, he said to Amber, "I headbutted you in the blank forehead. That doesn't break a nose." I guess she was trying to say that he broke her nose. In a journal, Johnny wrote, "Sorry for having stooped so low to have spewed vicious untruths for the sole purpose of hurting you." Item number 5, Amber was supportive of Johnny. There were several messages where he gave her credit for helping him significantly. During his detox in August of 2014, he thanked Amber for helping him, even though previously he said that she denied him medications. Item number 6, Johnny appears to have provided inconsistent statements. Johnny lied to Disney about his substance use on a form that they had him complete, and he told hospital staff that he cut his finger off with a kitchen knife. He never mentioned an accordion door. Now moving to my analysis. Here are my thoughts on a few items that stood out to me in this portion of the trial. Item number 1, this couple kept a phenomenal number of records and memorialized their bad behavior. There were text messages, emails, a journal, photographs, statements made during interviews, audio and video recordings, and all this is before even considering all the witnesses who will be testifying in the future. One would think that all these items would deter somebody from bringing this type of lawsuit. Item number 2, Johnny did not perform well under cross-examination. There is no way he could change his past behavior, but he could have made an effort to minimize the damage during this phase. He should not have overreacted to questions, but he was clearly emotional several times. Appearing neutral and unsurprised would have been much better for him. He should have tried to remain skeptical without appearing antagonistic, but we see that he fought with Amber Heard's attorney on many of the questions. I don't think it's always a bad idea to counterpunch, so to speak, like for Johnny to use the attorney's question to make his own point, but I think Johnny did this too much. It's like he was trying to avoid taking responsibility for anything. I can appreciate that Johnny did not want to concede any points under cross-examination, but sometimes it is necessary to do so. Some of the negative points about Johnny were clearly true. Denying them only made him look defensive and unrealistic. Johnny only prolonged the questioning by being argumentative, which gave the jury more time to dwell on his bad behavior. I thought one example of a good counterpunch was when he pointed out that Amber took a picture of him while he was unconscious, suggesting that she was not very kind. In my opinion, what hurt Johnny the most was his offensive language, the video of him attacking those cabinets, and the inconsistencies in his statements. I think Johnny had established a relatively good tone under direct examination. It was his job to try to maintain that tone throughout cross-examination, and he was not able to do that. Johnny lost ground in every category I mentioned before, even the category including substance use. I find this interesting because he did prepare the jury for that reality during direct examination. He repeatedly admitted to using a lot of substances. This brings me to item number 3. A key assertion that Johnny made is that he did not use substances to get high, but rather to numb the pain. Many items presented under cross-examination appear to indicate that Johnny is not an exceptional substance user, rather a normal one with exceptional resources. Johnny should have just conceded the point that he used the drugs to numb the pain and to feel pleasure. I think taking responsibility would go a long way toward building his credibility and would shift the discussion away from his substance use. Item number 4, moving back to direct examination. One of Johnny's best opportunities to paint Amber as malicious was her call of duty, so to speak. If Amber was responsible for planting a landmine on Johnny's side of the bed, she will be viewed as angry, out of control, immature, and offensive. I think Johnny did a good job of making her appear guilty. He spontaneously laughed under his breath a few times when delivering the testimony about this topic. He just couldn't resist referring to her product as a grumpy. Even when factoring in his acting skills, this is something he almost certainly would not have done if he was lying. His sense of humor led to some of his best testimony. I'm guessing that Amber is not looking forward to answering questions about her reimagined impersonation of Winnie the Pooh. I imagine that on the stand she will appear flushed due to embarrassment, which ironically is a behavior that, if deployed earlier, would have prevented this problem. The jury will have to decide where Amber's behavior ranks in terms of offensiveness. If they do not believe it was the worst thing she ever did, I feel confident they will agree that it's a solid number 2. Now moving to item number 5. At this point in the trial, I am struck by what a nightmare this relationship was. None of this sounds happy, productive, or satisfying. Johnny Depp was out of control with substance use. The couple was recording each other. They were constantly arguing and having physical confrontations. Johnny was having financial problems. I think this case exemplifies how there is no virtue in the concept of a fight hard, love hard relationship. Now moving to the final question. How would I evaluate who's winning or losing at this point in the trial? I think that Johnny Depp lost ground under cross-examination. However, I never really saw this as a trial where money was going to change hands, but rather as an opportunity for Johnny Depp to prove that Amber Heard is just as bad as the public thought he was. This is really about the emotional reaction of the jury and, more importantly, of the public. Johnny wants to win the battle of feelings. He wants people to support him, to rally behind him against the evil forces of Amber Heard. He wants to be offered work on movies again. This is his chance to drag Amber Heard down with him, and maybe if he can drag her down further, he can look better by comparison. The jury may be inclined to dismiss some of Johnny's behavior due to the effects of substances. They may look at his offensive communication with friends and relatives as private thoughts and not representative of his intent. They may be offended that Amber Heard appeared to admit that she threw pots and pans. I think what Johnny needs to do is create distance between his behavior and Amber's behavior. He does not need to prove that he was a saint and she was a demon. He only needs to prove that there is a significant distinction between them. So far, I don't think he's quite there, but who knows what surprises the rest of the trial will bring. If Johnny's only goal was to make Amber look bad, he has already won. The problem for Johnny is he's making himself look bad in the process. Those are my thoughts at this point in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. Please put any opinions and thoughts in the comment section. They always generate an interesting dialogue. As always, I hope you found my analysis to be as intriguing as an unauthorized special deposit. Thanks for watching.